Ramos. You fucking cuck. Oh, you're so cooked. Oh, amazing. Oh, yeah. Will Menaker said, Baghdad and Aleppo. Is Brianna threatening to bomb New York City? Yeah, here is fucking Cuomo turning around and not even giving Ramos or Tilson a ranking. Yes. Oh, so awesome. Selfish prick. No, it's great. They deserve worse. Yeah. Don't compare Gaza to the Holocaust. Compare a mayoral candidate who wants to freeze rent to the Holocaust. Like, this was incredible. New York City Jews for Zoran. Jews for gas chambers. I'm sorry, but this is literally so hysterical. Who believes this? I feel like there is a group of people who do believe this, and they just kind of sit around and hop up on one another's fumes and basically make each other insane. Okay? They're constantly like in a circle making one another more insane than they were prior. Are you worried that this has 4.7 million views? No, because it has 4.7 million views because people are dunking on it, chatter. That's why it has 4.7 million views, because everyone is fucking ripping it apart. I think you know the group that believes this. Tread carefully. What? Yeah, people who are deeply insane about Israel. I know. What do you mean tread carefully? Like, what are you trying to say? The Jews? Is that what you're trying to say? The Jews? Like, tread carefully. What's gonna happen? Fucking the premier advocacy group that combats quote unquote anti-Semitism is gonna come after me on national TV. Wait, what's this?
Been talking about how the
Oh, this wasn't what I was looking for. Sorry, I thought you were gonna show me. I thought you were gonna send me the fucking ADL clip. Zohran Mamdani's inner circle includes Linda Sarsour, Rashida Tlaib, Hasan Piker, Mehdi Hassan, Mohammed El Kurd, Brianna Joy Gray, Ali Abunima. That's what I'm saying. Don't want people to call you anti-Semitic. Not all Jews. What? Hold on, we're gonna do the CNBC thing in a second. Today's mailbox, inside of a New York City voters mailbox, featuring a slew of anti-Mamdani mailers from the pro-Cuomo Super PAC Fix the City and mayoral candidate Whitney Tilson. Zohran Mamdani is a dangerous choice for mayor. Stop anti-Semitism. Dangerous man. Zohran Mamdani wouldn't condemn the Holocaust. We can't trust him to be mayor. What is this? Oh, now Ethan's got an opinion that people attacked him for supporting Cuomo and being anti-Zohran for the typical anti-Muslim reasons. By the way, I don't have a problem with Zohran. I haven't been following the New York City mayor race, to be honest. I just think it's a little bit of a brand risk to associate with the America Deserve 9/11 guy in New York of all places. Oh, never mind. He was just helping the Zohran campaign. Thanks, man. Anyway, here's what I was talking about. This shit doesn't fucking work. We have a massive goddamn community aching to do something, okay? We have activated this massive goddamn community of progressive people on a ginormous door-knocking canvassing operation, okay? You can suck all the dicks on the planet. And mine.
Jonathan?
Well, actually, no, I wouldn't say that to Ethan because I think he does want to do that. Very weird the way he behaves.
I have a question. As a Jew myself who is very involved with Reform Judaism and goes to synagogue and is committed to Judaism, is there space to criticize Netanyahu without criticizing the...
Yeah, the answer is no. Here, Jonathan Greenblatt will spend the overwhelming majority of this conversation actually subtly defending Benjamin Netanyahu, or maybe not so subtly defending Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay? Let's take a look.
Other Jews, is there a space to, and I'm wondering if you could speak about that, because I think that's a real, I don't know necessarily that Netanyahu has the backing of many Israelis, because we see a lot of Israelis are maybe not so happy with some of how he operates. And I'm wondering if you could talk about that, because that's a real disconnect that a lot of us have.
So there's a few things to unpack here. So first of all, I'm definitely not an expert on Israeli politics, and I know that his approval numbers were quite low before and then immediately after October the 7th. But from what I understand, Molly, they're quite high now. Israelis of both sides of the spectrum, people like Ehud Barak, who's certainly not a fan of Bibi, or Ehud Olmert, not a fan of Bibi, have said very clearly, and even when he's doing the war in Gaza, said very clearly we needed to deal with Iran, and they're appreciating that. So I'm seeing that the Israeli public is very positive on this latest round, because Iran keeps saying Israel is a cancer, Israel is a tumor, we want to destroy it. Now, that being said, there is a lot of space to criticize policies of the Israeli government, the way they're prosecuting the war in Gaza, the way the prime minister has pushed for judicial reform. Like, there's lots of ways to criticize the Israeli state and not to demonize Israelis. Yeah, to take on policies of the country without delegitimizing it or questioning its existence. So, look, ADL does that. Lots of American Jews do that. But in this moment, what I'm focused on, really?
What about non-Jews? Are we allowed? What about Muslims? Are we allowed to do that, Jonathan? Also, the ADL does not do that. As a matter of fact, the ADL is the opposite of that. The ADL plays the opposite role of that, which is to defend Israel all the time and attack Israel's critics.
Are how the fringes, like the woke right, the Tucker Carlson's.
By the way, the woke right shit is also a Republican op. He's directly using Republican terminology here.
Steve Bannon's, the Candace Owens, and the sort of radical left, the Hasan Pikers, and people like Mehdi Hasan, unfortunately. Max.
I'm glad he's making Mehdi Hasan after me, because Mehdi Hasan is a fucking former MSNBC contributor. And by the way, shame on these dipshits for not pushing back on that. That was your fucking coworker, dude. Really? That's your fucking coworker. Like, sure, Hasan Piker, maybe you don't know who I am, and that's fine, okay? I would like to keep it that way. But the fact that you wouldn't even fucking push back on your goddamn coworker, the shame. Where is it? Where is your shame? Do you have any? Do you have any fucking decency at all? Why the fuck does this asshole get to just go on television and just slander people and unjustly fucking malign them over and over again?
Blumenthal have been fomenting anti-Semitism, blaming this war on the Jews or the Zionists.
Point to one fucking instance where I've done that, dude. Point to one instance. Don't say blame it on the Jews. There's never been a fucking moment where myself or Mehdi Hasan has blamed anything on the Jews. Both myself and Mehdi Hasan, as a matter of fact, routinely fucking criticize people who do that. Okay? If you were to say blame it on the Zionists, then yeah, of course, there certainly is a formative role to play for the political ideology of Zionism. That's the real issue that he has with me. And for the record, as far as Zionists goes, the overwhelming majority of Zionists are not Jews. They're fucking Christian, you bald fuck. Yeah, blame it on the Zionists like Joe Biden, who is a fucking Catholic.
Zionists or the neocons. And
Where are they?
What are you, Mark Levin? Neocon is an anti-Semitic slur. Dog, this guy's on MSNBC, okay? This is supposed to be here, look. You might not have seen it because I'm covering it. This is MSNBC, MSDNC, as Trump calls it. This motherfucker is over here being like, oh, I can't believe they're calling out the neocons. This isn't fucking 2007, dude. This isn't 2006. What are you talking about? Neocons as an anti-Semitic pejorative? Are you fucking insane? Trump calls it MSDNC. I do too.
I think that kind of classic anti-Semitism, I find very...
Yeah, that's classic anti-Semitism. Neocons. Jonathan Greenblatt is a sleazy propagandist who casually libels people all the time from his permanent perch at MSNBC, and no one big enough ever calls him on it because he can manufacture bullshit anti-Semitism charges against anyone who meaningfully criticizes him or Israel. Here, Greenblatt casually lies that former MSNBC host Mehdi Hasan is blaming this war on the Jews. MSNBC doesn't give a shit about other people. Okay, but have they zero institutional pride or class that they have? They let a former employee be falsely smeared like this? Utterly embarrassing. Do you think his position has ties and is rooted in anti-Muslim racism? Dude, what do you mean? He's a dick rider for Israel. Of course, there is a tremendous amount of Islamophobia baked into his ideology. What do you think Zionism is? White guys going to the booth to vote for Mamdani? Yeah, by the way, white men for Mamdani, baby. 56 to 44. Women, on the other hand, 52% Cuomo. What the fuck is that about? White people, overwhelmingly pro-Mamdani. The whites are back, dude. The whites are fucking back. Hispanic, 60 to 40 for Cuomo. Black, 62 to 38% for Cuomo. Asian, 79% to 21 for Mamdani. It's the white Asian summer, dude. Let's go. W, white people. Is white boy summer turned into jihad summer? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm fucking talking about. Rare white people W? No, Cuomo, I mean, the crosstabs beyond this are actually really interesting. Mamdani has cultivated a very interesting coalition. And as far as like the women vote, I don't really know what to say about that, honestly. It's just older people, that's it. And it's not even boomers, honestly. It's fucking Gen X. Gen X is so busted, dude. We need to reset. We need to hit a hard reset on Gen X. It is the worst generation. We've been shitting on boomers for so long, but honestly, it's fucking Gen X. It's the lead poison generation. They are such fucking psychopaths. And I apologize to the Gen Xers in my chat right now, but you know what your generation looks like. They are so fucking awful, dude. They are so fucking awful. They're worse than the boomers. Yeah, Zoran's coalition rocks because you can simultaneously frame it as one consisting of demos other Dems do poorly in, men, young voters, Asians, Latinos, depending on the poll, but also they're declining insular Brahmin base, high education voters, wealthy voters, high propensity voters. The Brahmin base. It's true. It's like college educated people and wealthier people, or the other demos that the Democratic Party is like pushed away. The group that is not voting for Mamdani is the calcified institutionalist voters. They just literally, I'm sorry, okay, no disrespect. I don't want to play this fucking like you're being racist for this game, but there are groups of fucking Gen Xers out there who just are slammed to the fucking TV, and whatever the TV man tells them, they just go, okay, yeah. Like straight up. There is a constituency out there that literally will jump when the television man tells them jump. Oh, MSNBC said Zohran Mamdani is scary and anti-Semitic. Well, I guess I care about that. I don't think I will vote for him now. These are also ironically the same people that think that they're above propaganda. They think that they're like smarter than the conservative, but they are basically the same as the fucking QAnon freaks, dude. But instead of getting their notes from like Facebook memes or whatever, they're just getting their notes from legacy publishers and legacy papers and mainstream media, where they hear like a watered down version of whatever fucking Jonathan Chait wrote on TV, and they go, oh, okay. And yes, black voters are a constituency here as well, for sure. Gen X black voters specifically. Young black voters are not like this, obviously. Young Latino voters are not like this. But goddamn, dude, Gen X is fucking insane. Dumbest fucking take ever. Bitch, our generation gets blamed for a ton of shit. We had so little to say in the shit that got passed, so fuck out with that noise. No, that's bullshit. That's not fucking Gen X. Okay. I knew some Gen Xers were gonna get mad when I say this. It's worse than fucking boomers, okay? Lead poison generation, straight up. Yeah, we have polls. Gen X is more right-wing than boomers. Like, I'm talking, obviously not every single person. Sam Cedar is Gen X. He's my favorite political commentator. What are we talking about? And even Sam Cedar agrees with me on this, despite being Gen X. I know that there's Gen Xers in here, okay? But I'm sorry to say, it is straight up, yep, generation lead. Distribution of childhood blood lead levels by age in the United States. Also, yeah, getting mad about generational politics is also very Gen X. It's the Karen generation, not a joke. The fetishizing of personal responsibility and rallying for Reagan is a new age for America generation. Yeah. It's the lead poison generation that got fucking base boosted by Ronald Reagan and believes that, like, Reaganomics is the way. Obviously not. If you're in here and you're Gen X, this doesn't mean you. Let me help. Older women have been taught to expect men to be sex pests. Someone make it make sense. There are entire generations of women who were taught boys will be boys by sex pests, date rapists, violent male behavior in general. And they were also taught that if a man rapes, gropes, harasses them, then they simply fail to stop him. They were also taught that disgusting, rapey, and womanizing behavior like that means a guy is a ladies' man. It's toxic, internalized patriarchy designed to silence women's own self-defenses so that men can violate them. This also kind of makes sense. It's like, this actually does make sense. For sure. It's the same principle behind, like, black voters going for Joe Biden, where they're like, yeah, both parties are fucking racist, and they know, and it's almost like it almost becomes like a survival mechanism. It's like, well, this racist is a little bit better than the other racist, so I'm just gonna go with the racist that I know, that I trust, the racist that I know that at least was like Barack Obama's vice president. I think that's what it is. And younger generations obviously don't put up with that shit and immediately write that stuff off. But I think especially Gen X goes in that direction. That's why Cuomo's sex-based behavior like Bill Clinton's doesn't surprise them. These women were specifically taught that men have both the ability and the right to harm women. God forbid any young woman has a complaint about a man that needs to go. Any other woman who's Gen X or older, because those bitches will absolutely defend the man 9 times out of 10. I've seen it happen to young women in a million contexts. I mean, yeah, look at the generational divide here. 18 to 29, Mamdani plus 14. 30 to 44, Mamdani plus 36. And then 45 plus is fucking 38 plus for Cuomo. This was the Yale poll. I don't know why Faillennials are rising up in spectacular ways here. Other polls I've seen, by the way, show a larger chunk of this constituency under 65 with a bigger Cuomo slant than even the fucking boomers. If 1.1 million will vote in New York City, Queens needs to get to 33.2%, impossible, of the remaining E-Day votes, and Bronx needs 17.6%, doubtful, of the remaining E-Day votes to get the 2021 vote shares. Brooklyn and Manhattan will overperform their share of the vote by 1.5 to 2% each. Even higher thresholds. Since we didn't get any breakdown or borough-wide votes, it's hard to tell what to make of it, but keeping Queens and Bronx on the lower end of the side is one of the recipes for Zoran, but he must hold his own on outer borough areas. Yeah, election day turnout is actually terrible so far. It's too hot. It's like, it's literally deadly if someone over the age of like 50 is outside for an extended period of time. Especially if you're like 65 plus, you could die. And I don't think anybody wants to fucking die to vote for Andrew Cuomo, you know what I mean? Yeah, bulb temperature has been reached. Wasn't early voting high? Yes, but Zoran did major turnout for early voting. Whereas Andrew Cuomo only tried to pick up last minute to try to do some early voting turnout. And the assumption is that it didn't work that well, especially considering where the early voters turned out. Manhattan, Brooklyn especially. My boss would rather die than not see an Italian become mayor for New York City. That's funny. What is Adam Carlson saying? 6 p.m. last update, 6:03 p.m. update. Here's how the primary vote day has shifted. Manhattan down 0.7 points. Bronx up 0.5 points. Brooklyn down 0.6 points. Queens up 0.5 points. Staten Island 0.2 points. Things are moving in the direction for Cuomo, but not dramatically. If Cuomo loses, he'll use the heat as an excuse to run in the general. No, he doesn't need an excuse to run in the general. He will definitely run in the general if he doesn't win. AIPAC says they don't get involved in local elections, but make an exception for Zoran. AIPAC in an email blast to New York City members regarding mayoral primary. The stakes are high, and the choices we make now will shape the future of our city. In a race where turnout is typically low, your vote can have an outsized impact. They're pulling out all the stops, dude. This was my analysis last month. Seems like it will hold up. Based on the level of engagement that Zoran voters have, I think he may actually be ahead. Turnout is going to be relatively low. High active campaigns are going to have a big advantage in turnout. I hope AOC and Bernie endorse very soon. No excuse for letting Cuomo win. Oh, this is the funniest one I saw. This is real, I think. It's funny because they were like, he's too hot. How are we supposed to compete? And decided to instead make him look like a cutie patootie. Zoran is fat now. I don't know if this is real or not. But I saw another person post it. No, I saw a couple other random people post this, and because at first I was like, this is a meme, right? There's no fucking shot this is real. But then I saw a bunch of other people post it too. So I don't know if it's real. I don't think it's real. But in my head canon, it is real. It's real to me. It's real to me. Why is his smile so radiant? It's just how he is. Because he's eating good, man. Don't ask questions. But yeah. So we covered Gen Led. We covered the crosstabs. We covered the fucking insane smears. Let's get back to the business community's fears of Zoran. This is reminding me of that famous Bernie Sanders is going to execute me at Central Park for the crime of counter-revolutionary behavior. I'm a day trader. Oh, it's so good.
There is, dare I say, like a little bit of a panic attack happening, I think, in the business community about how close to the wire, down to the wire this is going. I think that the business community was hoping for Cuomo to win, and now this avowed socialist is, at least from Polymarket and Kalshi and some of these other polls and things, either very close or in some case winning. What's going on inside the...
What are they even afraid of? His policies are not that radical. I think we have to contend with the reality that a big chunk of the fucking population is just straight up schizophrenic. And when someone on television tells them, like, this is scary, even if it's like a policy that if they took a deep breath and reconsidered would be on board with, they just go, okay, it's scary. Like, they're bots. And they whip themselves up in a frenzy. I mean, many of you know this. Many of you know this because you have parents that are like this. Or at least, like, you have parents whose neighbors are like this. You know what I mean? Like, you have probably been around a person like this without even realizing. Like, they're bots. Your parents are fucking bots. Their neighbors and their colleagues are fucking bots. They just hear something and just, like, without thinking about it, they just regurgitate it. They're like, oh, yes, the rent freeze. What? It's like, bro, you don't have a house. Like, what do you mean a rent freeze terrifies you? Are you a fucking landlord? No. What are you talking about? Did you know that rent freezes were done in the past by other fucking mayors in New York? No, you don't know anything. You just fucking heard someone on TV say, this is terrifying and it will cause a capital flight. And you're just regurgitating that because you're a fucking baboon, okay? Anyone who says rent freezes are impossible to fucking contend with and it will be devastating should be asked if they would like to pay more for their rent next month. Why don't you pay more for your rent? I'm gonna call up your fucking landlord and tell him that you actually don't want a rent freeze at all and they should increase your rent. Seems like you're on board with a rent increase. Yeah, Bill de Blasio. This fucking guy did rent freezes. This fucking guy also did a lot of... Bill de Blasio is such an interesting character because he's panned a lot. Everybody hates him because he's a goofball. But, like, in spite of all the criticisms that are valid and fair, Bill de Blasio was kind of fucking... He wasn't radical, but he did some decent things in New York. Mr. Socialist Bill de Blasio. Yeah, universal pre-K. My dad is a 65-year-old MSNBC liberal who's an insane Russiagate Trump hater and still might enlist if we ever did an anti-communist invasion of China. Jesus Christ. This was Bill last year alone. They're closing the archives? What do you mean? Wait, what? National Archives at College Park, MD will become a restricted access federal facility with access only to visitors with a legitimate business need. It will no longer be open. No. Oh, they're closing the National Archives website. What the fuck? Why is Tecton's egg ass trying to say you ruined your life, Lamau? Why are you openly admitting that you watched the rapist child of a rapist? Like, what is wrong with you? Generational sexual assault. Who gives a shit, dude?
It's cooked.
Drama pervert. Oh, this was funny as well. These people took 3 dogs to the polling place. We need people like this gone. Get out there now. Save the city. Jeff and Pamela Lieberman and their 3 dogs said they're likely moving out of New York City if Cuomo loses and Mamdani wins. I think it's going to be devastating for small businesses, which is what I have, said Pamela, a physical therapist. As much as I am a dog fan and want to bring my dog everywhere, it's okay. I agree with Felix on this.
The minds of the CEOs that work with you.
Well, I think they've noticed there's a race, and they're not terribly happy with the direction it's going. That would be correct.
Is that the polite way to put it?
Probably so, but terror would be perhaps more accurate.
Terror is the feeling?
Terror is the feeling, in the sense that, you know, we have worked so hard over many years to bring New York back from 9/11, from past crises, from the COVID, in particular in the last 5 years. And honestly, New York is in much better shape than the political rhetoric would have you believe. We've got $1 trillion economy. We've got more jobs than we've ever had, 4.8 million. I mean, we are not falling apart. We've got a strong tax base, stronger than ever. So there's much, you know, there's much positive in New York, but that could quickly shift if we lose confidence in the mayor and if we don't find practical solutions to the problems ahead. And unfortunately, the candidate who's surging, Zoran Mamdani, presents an ideological argument about the solution to every problem is to spend more money. And it's more taxpayer money. So, you know, the business community is very concerned.
And therefore doing what about it? Meaning, is there, what we don't know, and I haven't heard, is the business community, you know, leading drives to push employees to go vote today, to do all sorts of things? By the way, he's come on so strong, frankly, in the last 72 hours, that I don't know if anybody was actually like mobilized before this.
Now, the business community doesn't, nobody wants to, especially these days, play in partisan politics in a public way. They've got customers on all sides. They've got employees on all sides. We have a very young workforce in New York City, so you can only imagine that getting out the vote among the youth of the city has been very good for Zoran Mamdani. So, so there's an issue there.
Do you think he might do it?
For the record, I think if institutional Democrats, instead of attacking someone like Zoran, was immediately fucking pumping Zoran, all of the demographics that are currently on board, all the demographics that are currently on board with Cuomo would also, because they're fucking bots, I'm sorry, okay, they're fucking bots, would be actively voting for Zoran Mamdani. This is the problem. That a lot of that money spent against Zoran Mamdani does actually end up swaying a lot of the dumbest bot-like fucking voters. Same principle with Bernie. Bernie activates a base of support that Democrats cannot fucking draw from, but the institutional powers use every fucking waking moment to attack him, and then they use cynically identity politics by being like, well, see, black voters, they don't like Bernie, they don't fuck with Bernie. Maybe he's because these are giant races, when that's not the fucking case. Over the past year, Bloomberg alum Wlyder has maxed out the one possible Rishi Torres, if anyone's confused by this. A hedge fund manager who used to be the CIO of Goldman Sachs and is allied with the #1 funder of Andrew Cuomo's super PAC. It's real fucking gross watching a money tsunami create basically a completely fake anti-Semitism narrative just by inundating everyone with insanely charged bullshit in the 11th hour, and we've seen the same ugly script weaponized in the primaries like this over and over again. And then they fucking sit around and go, why do people resent us? Why do people hate us? I don't even want to entertain this fucking severely mentally ill fat Australian loser, even if it's to dunk on him and his creepy sexual fantasies. I'm not even gonna read the shit that he was saying. What is this? Probably the one halal truck I'll be steering clear of. What? Why are you fucking posting? Why are you? Ugh. Mossad halal food. Okay, that's a good one.
But then you don't think he's the eventual man.
Never
I
mind, that
don't.
was
I
good.
think that
A lot of you dummies do this shit to me too. Okay, stop. No one is in on the joke. Okay, other people are not in on the joke. The knives are fucking out. Be aware. Be aware of what you're highlighting. Be aware of what you're highlighting. Okay, we're no longer doing inside fun.
I think people will come to their senses.
Your first reaction is anger, Lamount? Yes, because I'm scared. What do you fucking mean? Look at this. The knives are fucking out. They're looking for anything and everything they can. Brother, they're literally saying Zoran Mamdani. Like, a month ago, the same institutions that were writing fucking praise articles about people like myself are now turning around and being like, well, I don't know. Zoran Mamdani, who has seemingly captivated the white base of support, is a dangerous radical element. He's also hanging out with a person that we call the Joe Rogan of the left. Both of these institutions are actually truly scary for the future of black Americans, like shit like that. And it is a threat. It's a threat to the Democratic establishment.
I think that.
And not Cuomo. Then. You think
Cuomo run as an
you think Eric? I like Eric Adams too. That would be an amazing.
I would not count Eric Adams,
Be
Mayor
amazing
Adams
comeback.
out. I would not count him
Bro,
out.
you said some very optically bad shit today. It's funny to get upset over this. Yeah, I say optically shit bad on my own. I am my own person.
I think
Maybe.
that
I'm not fucking.
Well, poison
running for
weapon
mayor.
for one thing, he has showed humility and apologized, and I think that matters
For what?
to New York.
The first class upgrade? For that stuff, you mean?
For well, no,
Or
so
for appeasing the bad orange man. That's more of a problem for him than.
I think it's. I think that nobody likes to see the first mayor in history to be indicted. For whether
He was
for
indicted because
legitimate reasons.
because he got off the reservation on immigration. Those were ridiculous.
Oh, that's why he was indicted. Yeah, no one in the Democratic Party has ever been more right-wing on immigration before without penalties. What planet are these fucking dipshits living on? Just stick to numbers on the board, man. Put the fries in the bag, old ass. Put the fucking stocks in the bag, okay? Leave the political commentary to like actually fucking non-functioning psychopaths like myself. Dumbass. The idea that like fucking any Democrat would ever get punished by the National Party for being more right-wing on the issue of immigration is so fucking laughable. Put the ticker in the bag, Unc.
Charges.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you that that the mayor, I think, has a shot to come back. I think that
More than Cuomo.
well, the city again is being painted as being in terrible shape, and it's not in terrible shape. I mean, the big challenges we face right now are basically coming from the federal government. The threats of cuts in food stamps, in housing vouchers. In general, the fiscal challenges we're facing are coming from the federal government. Our economy is healthy.
What do you think would happen if Mamdani did take over? Where would you see this city a year from now?
Mamdani would take over.
2 years from now?
Well, the truth is, New York City is very much subservient to Albany, to our state government. We have, constitutionally, we have a very strong state government. We've got a governor who is moderate and thoughtful and has shown that she is tough. So I have.
Liberals spend every fucking election cycle being like, you have to. Liberals spend every fucking election cycle being like, oh, are you diametrically opposed to the things that we're advocating for? Suck it the fuck up and vote. And then the moment that there is an electable socialist, they're like, we have to kill him. We have to kill him with knives. We have to kill him with weapons. We have to shoot him dead. We can. I would rather have Adolf Hitler be the president than fucking a socialist.
Doubt that the worst is not going to happen. Whoever we elect in as mayor, it's not going to be a disaster.
Yeah, look at this. Centrist, the left needs to win the argument. Zoran starts winning the argument. Centrist, this man is brown and scary. No one is fucking saying that. Calm the fuck down. Yes, people are absolutely saying that. I'm willing to bet this native centrist is absolutely saying that. They are scared of the power of a good example. You're only saying that because Zoran literally talked about sewer socialism on the Derek Thompson interview. Don't act like I don't see these things. Michael from Pennsylvania, also known as Sicko_committee. Okay, you're just saying that because he says sewer socialism. Your favorite. What is this? Best way to sway Gen X voters is this. Don't mess with the Zoran. This is kind of fucked up. Democrats keep insisting Apex their friend. Apex blames excess for Trump. Kojimbo cooking in Death Stranding 2, American president has a brand burned in the back of his neck in the shape of a logo of a corporation called APAC. Shut the fuck up. This doesn't make any sense. It's just, I don't understand it. You didn't cover this ringing Zoran endorsement yesterday?
Everybody.
Speak a little Chinese for him, Zoran.
I'm here with Zoran in a hot day.
Extremely hot.
Very hot. It's Tuesday. It's our last chance, and we really need young men, 30 guys in their 30s and 40s who still listen to podcasts to come out and turn this against. I can't listen to Andrew Cuomo ever again. We gotta stop this guy and the billionaires that are trying to take podcasts away from us. That's what they're going to do. Please come out. Tuesday, your last chance. Bring your friends.
Tuesday.
It's super simple. Voting's fun. You get a pin. Please do it. Come out.
It's going out 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. This is your final chance.
Final chance.
You're just points away from toppling the political dynasty. This is for all of my Nintendo Switch heads. Now is the time. Let's assemble. Let's get out to the polls. Let's do this.
Why did he do an accent? Yeah, I don't get it. Me 3.
Fuck.
Taz turning down the Zoran interview was wild. Yeah, why has Adam Friedland not actually come out with a personal endorsement, considering that Stavros did it and Nick Mullen did it? Oh my God. It's because Zoran is anti-Semitic. Didn't this guy say, stop. We don't even talk about that shit. I'm not reading any of that stuff, okay? Stop. No joke. Just wait for the fucking Wait for the primary to end, and then no jokes, because in the general, they'll probably try to rat fucking stroll. The Democrats will probably put out a biblical fountain of anti-Zoran ads from every fucking direction to try to get Andrew Cuomo to win. Adam did say they, not like us. Adam had the dude's brother on the show. Cuomo was a family friend. That's true. He did have Chris Cuomo on the show. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Adam Friedland had Chris Cuomo on the show, goes on Chris Cuomo's show, and didn't personally endorse. The only Cumtown member to not personally endorse, Zoran Mamdani. Wow. Wow. Let me see. I'm gonna call him right now. Let's see. I don't know what he's up to. I wonder if he picks up. He calls me fucking randomly all the time. Let's see. Adam Friedland, you're on the Hasan broadcast right now live. The people are demanding to know why you are the only Cumtown member that has not done a formal personal get out the road video for Zoran.
Fuck!
Is it okay? We were suspecting that you were worried that he's. we were worried that you thought that.
It's so good to vote for a rapper though. That's hip-hop head.
We were worried that you were scared that once Zoran wins, like they're gonna kick all the Jewish people out of New York City.
That? What are you talking about? Can we stop talking about you? Like, you need to shut up about it. Why did they ask the mayor if he wants to go to Israel? I mean, I don't know. I think he's
I hope.
We'll probably run independent. But
Yeah.
I think in the general, I talked to I think we're gonna win.
Flex.
In the general, it's probably pretty useful for you to come to the talk show, right? Especially with like Portland's like still in the mix. I kind of I want to have all of them. But actually, I think that if I had Adam's talk to you, I might actually
Dude, you are truly the millennial Jon Stewart.
Well, I'm not.
Just the conversation between the Joe Rogan to the left and millennial Jon Stewart. Oh yeah, that's my goat. I saw.
It's the best one I've ever done. I think it's the best one I've ever done.
Wow. Okay, we got to do a redo then, because you know now that there's with me, I'm saying now that there's a reskin on the show.
I wonder if it's like worse than what you can on it. You know, I do wonder that. Like, when you're just trying to make sense of the
The people are saying you're the kingmaker. That's the role. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Adam. I'm just fucking around. I just saw that. Well, because you're so close to the Cuomos, like he's a family friend. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna vote for that guy. I'm gonna vote for him. I'm not close. I mean, Chris, I didn't know.
He's your boy.
I thought Chris was great on the show, but like.
Yeah. So I thought that was like a. All I'm saying is your silence was deafening. All right.
Yeah, I'm here late in the studio.
Hell yeah.
Our producer was telling us all the comments, and it was like,
with great power, Adam, comes great responsibility. Who, Zoran or Steiner? Yeah, of course I know Steiner.
One of the cool things about the show, I don't know about things that exist, and I kind of
He said one of the funniest things to me when I went on his show that he took out of the final cut that I can't say out loud about Israel, but I'll tell you in private.
What are you talking about? Have you not seen Israel?
No, I haven't, but I'm sure you have. But he was.
Yeah, dude, Miriam Israel.
Let's fucking go! On me! On me! That's on me! Oh my god! That was on me! Fuck my team! Oh my god, you can buy me Jason or you can do whatever you want. I don't give a shit, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Just fucked him in the asshole. Oh my god. That was fucking beautiful. Holy shit. I gotta save this shit.
Okay. Yeah, no. I have. Asking me or asking Steiny that? Oh, you know who I'm.
Wait, did Trump do it? I haven't looked at the news in like 2 days because I'm just looking at Steiny's face with the edit.